Welcome to NeuroCheck, the machine vision platform. Every NeuroCheck version is continuously evolving, with new features being added through regular service pack releases. As part of the ongoing development of NeuroCheck 6.2, the new offline mode was introduced. The shown footage is from our new version NeuroCheck 6.5. This feature is also available for 6.2 users. Alright, let's start with the offline mode use cases. First case. During application development, the hardware environment such as cameras, I/O devices, and other peripherals is not present. For virtual commissioning, all hardware interfaces need to be emulated. Second case. The offline mode allows you to optimize a running inspection system without interrupting the inspection process. For this, the project is copied so that it can be modified offline on a laptop. Again, the hardware peripherals are unavailable. The offline mode allows for an easy replacement. In the last case, the most recent error images should be analyzed directly on the inspection computer. Thanks to the offline mode, you can do this just within a few clicks, in both manual and automatic mode. Let's take a closer look at the offline mode in practice. This demo checks the number of torque screws using AI object detection. The application uses a camera as well as a Fieldbus that provides target values during runtime. At the moment, none of the devices are connected, and the execution of the program already fails during image acquisition. First, we are going to replace the camera in offline mode so that it loads locally stored images. To do this, go to System, Offline Mode Configuration, or click the gear button on the toolbar. The dialog provides settings for devices, data format converters, remote control, and user preferences. Select the camera on the left and set the image source to Images from Directory. With the Fixed option, images are loaded using a predefined file path and filter. Dynamic reads the path and filter from a register value, and User-defined allows you to manually select images. We go on with Fixed and browse for our image source directory. Then we click Edit to set a file filter. A dialog opens that allows you to test your file filter results. We want to filter for OK images using the asterisk as a wildcard to represent any sequence of characters. Perfect. The result list shows that our filter works as intended. We can leave the image sorting order as it is and confirm the dialog settings with OK. Next, we activate the offline mode. As an indicator for the enabled offline mode, the status bar changes its color. Let's execute Transfer Image. Only images showing exactly 4 screw heads are loaded. Still, running the entire check routine fails at the screw count verification. This is because the Fieldbus, which provides the target values, is not available. Let's look at 3 different ways to handle this situation in offline mode. Option 1. Using a virtual Fieldbus as a replacement device. Go back to the offline mode configuration. Select the Fieldbus and enable Use Replacement Device. Start it by clicking this button. You can manually activate the input bits or load them from a preset CSV file. I activate the bit pattern that signals the application to use the number 4 as target count. Now, if I execute the check routine, the verification resolves as OK. The second option is to skip the device integration entirely. In the offline mode configuration, go to the Data Format Converters tab and select the Fieldbus. Here, you can choose to ignore pins, which skips reading and writing process or data pins. In this example, the Read Data into Register step is skipped. The third option is to disable checks completely when the offline mode is active. This approach is also useful for handling other peripherals or databases. Right-click on a check and open the Data Input dialog. To control whether a check is active at runtime, we use the Activate Check property. This property can be linked to a Boolean register value. We want the check to be inactive when the offline mode is active. For this, we need to create 2 register values. One stores the state of the current offline mode, and the other one is the inverted version, that is used to toggle our check. Let's call the first one Offline Mode Active and set its register ID to 30. Choose Boolean as data type. Let's create the second register entry. That's the one that we will later link to our check. Name it Online Mode Active. Set its register ID to 31 and also choose the Boolean data type. To retrieve the current offline mode value during runtime, add the function getSystemInformation. We'll also use modify data in register to process the value for the online mode active register entry. Open the parameter dialog of getSystemInformation and click Add. Choose the register ID of the offline mode active entry. Set the source to NeuroCheck, the object to operating mode, and the property to offline mode active. Now we need to invert this value with the modify data in register function. Enter the parameter settings, click Add, and select the register entry Online Mode Active. As a description, I type in Offline Mode Inactive. Set the modification rule to Not and link it to register ID 30. Click here to check the expression. Then confirm the settings. Now right-click the check you want to disable. Go to Data Input, enable Activate Check, and select the register entry Online Mode Active. That's it for how to disable checks on offline mode activation. Let's test if it works as intended. Great, when running the program in offline mode, the check remains inactive. Finally, let's take a look at the error image analysis in automatic mode. You can toggle the offline mode via the control panel. On activation, an offline mode runtime dialog pops up. The dialog provides buttons for image control, a list of all cameras and their image sources, and you can also enter the configuration dialog. For the error image analysis, we should filter for error images. Let's go to Devices and select the camera. Then change the file filter to NOK. For the image analysis, it's also helpful to adjust the remote control settings so that the program can be triggered via keyboard. By default, this is the plus key on the numeric keypad. Next, let's click Automatic Start and press the assigned key to go through the configured error images. If the arrow to the right is selected, you move forward through the images. Select the arrow to the left to go backward. The pause button allows you to repeat the inspection using the same image. The reset button takes you back to the beginning of the image list. These controls are also available in manual mode. That's it for the offline mode basics. If you have further questions, make sure to read the documentation under your NeuroCheck installation directory, or feel free to contact our support. Thanks for watching and see you next time.